Hi. Hi, how's it going? It's me, Camila Rose. Welcome back to another reading. Pisces! Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Happy Pisces season. We're still in Pisces season. We're still in the Pisces energy. Venus has just moved into Pisces. Hello. It's in its exaltation. Venus feels very happy, very at home, very energetically supported in Pisces. And so this is the time where you may be feeling a little bit lighter, a little bit more creative, a little bit more fun. The heaviness of some of this Saturn energy that's moving through your energy, through Pisces, may be like, oh, finally, like, okay. Because Venus and Saturn love each other. The perfection of beauty that is tied to this idea of Venus and Saturn get along very, very well together. Now, the move towards it, the finding that balance for perfection, is where the joy and the strength comes from. The obsession, when we get into more of that devil energy, the obsession with perfection is the shadow of that, okay? So, let's get into your reading. We're looking at money things. We're looking at our entrepreneurs. We're looking at those who work with and for other people. We're starting off with our entrepreneurs. Let's see what's going on. Okay, new idea, new inspiration. Love that for you. We've got some reversals that just came out. I can see that. The sun. All right, because you may be feeling like you haven't gotten full recognition for what you have experienced. Okay. Part of that may be that you also may be feeling like you need to be very mature in how you're approaching things. That could be that Saturn energy moving through Pisces. You may be feeling like I have to be the grown-up in this situation. I have to maybe let go of some of this lightheartedness of things. That can be the sun sign in reverse. We have Temperance, which is asking you, calling you, inviting you to balance things out. There's a lot about balance going on here. That's that lovely Venus energy popping over into that Libra side of itself that is saying that, okay, your heart and your mind need to get on the same page. You may have a new idea. You may have had some new inspiration. You may have found a new topic that you're interested in. Fantastic. We love it. But if it is throwing you so far off balance that your heart is just all over the place, get it together. This is not sustainable. This will not work. We got to get these things on the same page. And part of that may be in that what you've been working on, your business, your finances, and things like that, you may have been overgiving. You may have been leaning too much into taking care of others as opposed to taking care of your own needs and what's popping up for you there. We have the sun card or the moon card in reverse. Yeah, there's definitely the moon card in reverse can be that you are no longer kind of in the shadows. You're no longer perhaps in the underworld. You have gotten the revelations, you've gone behind the veil, but the moon card in reverse can also be a symbol that perhaps you have been avoiding doing some of this deeper work. Perhaps you have been leaning so much into the practicalness, the earthiness of things that you have not been able to tap into that unconscious drive that is pushing you in this direction, that need that's telling you that it's okay for me to overgive, to give my services for free, to not charge what I'm worth, things like that, because there's some form of you that feels like you're undeserving of that. So there may be a choice that's popping up for you, a decision that you need to make about where you need to take your cup, where you need to take your passions, where you need to focus. There may be an offer coming in that you are not accepting. And you may be deciding that it's time for you to, I don't know, it's really giving that needing to make a choice between this energy of a Knight of Cups, which can be very quick, very, a little immature, not well thought out, rushing into a passion, rushing into a choice, and then slowing down with that, saying, you know what, actually, no, I do need to do this work of the Temperance card. I do need to not just like maybe pick up a new hobby, not a new hobby, but a new job, a new project. There we go. A new project, a new investment, a new, like adding a new feature or a new service to what you do. Like, it's just really saying that I think I need to sit with this and I need to figure out what's going on here and balance all of these things out. The interesting thing is that you have the two the 18, the 19, but the 14, the 2, or the 14, the 2, the 14, the 6, the 2, a Nine of Cups, and a 4. There's a lot of very even energy here, other than your 19 that's also in reverse. There's a lot of even numbered energy here, which would suggest that this is a time of you seeking that stability, of you seeking that partnership, of you finding a way to balance things out. But all of your cards are showing an imbalance. It's fascinating, right? So like, in a sense, there is obviously a desire for things to be more harmonious in your life and in your business. And yet it's not happening. It's expressing itself and putting you into positions that are bringing you out of that harmony. So there is this slowing down with this 4 in reverse that is saying, like, finally the cups have tipped over. And so, whereas this would be like, okay, this new offer that's come in, or this new thing that you're wanting to bring, like, this is you or someone. This is you or someone coming in with this offer. And this is you saying, I need to sit my butt under this tree. I need to stop. There's a little too much going on, and I haven't actually taken that time to slow down and balance, because the self-reflection that should have happened with the moon, that should be happening with the moon, this going within, this going behind the veil, all those things, the revelations there that should be going on, everything is still moving really quickly, still moving forward, still trying to just like juggle and make a decision, still like, and the scales trying to juggle and make a decision instead of the stopping and the thinking. There's one sword here. One. No wand. So the passion is just in its own world, doing its own thing. But there's one sword here. It's the main card. It's the main energy of here, of getting that spark of inspiration and thinking about things differently. And the only way you're going to do that is if you take these emotions, you take these passions, you take those things, and you slow down. You don't just accept mindlessly. You don't just move. And often the idea is to follow your intuition, to follow your gut, your instincts. But right now it's saying, I think you need to think about things. I think you need to really be thinking things through before you jump towards anything, okay? So let's take some time this month and let's slow down just a little bit, okay? All right, let's take a look at Pisces, who work with or for other people. You are working away. You are just head in the game, focusing on the things that you're building. Focusing on, especially if you had a revelation, if you had a change that came in, you had a spark of newness that popped up for you. It may have been something related to like, okay, I have built all these things. I have focused on all these things. I have gotten the, certifications in the background and all of that. I've made the wise financial material moves for myself and for what's going on at work. And then it may have just been like, oh, okay, all these things you built up. Yeah, whatever. We have another 8. There's some perfection things going on here. This drive, this need for perfectionism is popping up for you here to get things moving, to get things settled. So we have manifestations coming in. We have your ideas flying down this. So it may have been a spark of information or inspiration that came in that just kind of knocked you around and was like, dang, let's go after this. Let's build this new thing. King of Pentacles is showing that there may be some wonderful support of you, Taurus support of you, perhaps even. We have a King of Pentacles and then the Hierophant. So there may be someone who is just very organized, very, very intentional, very traditional. And so they're coming in and saying, like, maybe they're just giving you money. Maybe they're saying that, hey, we want to follow along this path that we've done before, but maybe we want to do something a little different, spruce it up, add something new to it. King of Wands, our reluctant leader. So there's a lot of mastering of this earth energy, mastering of this fire energy, learning how to channel that wisdom, find this. This is lovely because it's the 8 of Pentacles and then we have an 8 of Wands. So learning how to take this mastering of Pentacles energy, mastering of your craft, perfectionism of your craft, things like that. and just practicing to get to this point to be a King of Pentacles, and is very much so understanding that like the movement and the flow of energy, of fire energy, and getting to this point where now you get to be the King of Wands and sitting on that throne, understanding how to move that energy around. I think that this is supposed to be upright. This leads to some happiness. It leads to some emotional happiness. The support is good. The energy is good. The mastering is good. Like it's makes you emotionally feel happy about where things are going. You feel on top of the world because I think you have learned some of the lessons about the things that don't work out. This could be a heartbreak breakup card, but I see it more as, and you all know that I'm more of the learning lessons from the things that we have experienced, the things that didn't work out. And maybe perhaps this was the striking of lightning that came in, was like, like we've been here before. We've done this before. We've experienced before. We have to do things differently. We need to manifest a different experience. We need to ground ourselves or find supportive people to come in, whether this is a boss or whether this is, you finally like taking into your hands your finances, your money, the responsibilities and projects that you have, and then really finding like support, finding institutional support from perhaps the people who are above you, the people who you work with, if you work in systems, the businesses, the governments, all those things, the religious art sector, whatever it is, whatever the institution is, finding that good support and grounding there that says that like, okay, like whether you're the person who has to go in and say like, hey, can I get your blessing? Or whether you're the person who gives the blessing, like finding that to be a better, stronger relationship. And part of that is really stepping into owning this energy or having people on your team who own this energy, everyone doing their part, the delegation of the King of Wands, and how this brings a lot more happiness, joy, and fulfillment to this overall work process, to your overall financial process, feeling on top of the world. And although there may be some endings that come in, there maybe have been some harsh lessons that had to be learned that broke your heart, it really gets to this point where it's like, okay, but I have learned these lessons and I will not be repeating them. So it's a very nice closing energy for them. It might be like a bittersweet moment for you, but it will be one that will be worthwhile to take on. For my entrepreneurs, I really want you to slow down. I really want you to do some of this inner work, and I want you to act after you think about it. After you think about it, do not just accept any offer that comes in, especially if it does not feel like it has been well thought out or well designed. Ace of Swords. This is brand new. This is inspiration. This is you taking on a new space, taking on a new way of looking at things, finding perhaps something new that you want to study. So you don't have to rush into it or make any big money decisions. You need to really be taking your time. Yes, you should follow your passion. So if it's one of those where it's like the juggling that comes in, it's like, do I follow my passions or not? Yes, follow your passions, but do so in a way that you're mindful. Do so and make sure that it's in alignment. Do so where it's not like, okay, I'm just making the same decisions that I've been making before. That like, oh, here we go. Here's the offer rushing in, and here's me, hesitating to snatch it up. If it is the right alignment, if it is something that is aligned with this new way of thinking, this new ideas that come up, then it makes sense to take it. But I don't think you're going to. I think that you're really in this moment of understanding like what throws you off balance. And if this will throw you off balance, don't move forward with it. All right, that's going to be it for my Pisces. I love you. If you want a private reading, a personal reading, reach out. Let me know. If you want to work through some of these things here, reach out. Let me know. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.